I'm Sasha Segan, lead analyst for mobile phones at PC Magazine, with the Samsung Instinct for Sprint. Now, the Instinct looks a lot like an iPhone, and I've been asked to compare everything to the iPhone recently. But in this case, the Instinct actually wants to be compared to the iPhone. If you go to their website, you'll find comparisons to the iPhone. So let's talk about ways the Instinct is better than the iPhone. Okay? On the side, you've got this memory card slot, and it takes micro SD cards up to 8 gigs. And you can have as many of those as you want. That's better than the iPhone. Then over here is the voice dialing button. Hey, iPhone doesn't do that. Then if I go like this, hey, look, it's a removable battery.
iPhone definitely doesn't do that.
iPhone does not do that. Let's see, I'll power this up, and, GPS, the new 3G iPhone's got that. And then you've got all this streaming TV and streaming radio stuff. The iPhone kind of does that, but not quite as easily. And yet, it's not quite as fabulous as the iPhone. And nobody can really put their finger on why. But putting your finger on it is part of it. When you touch the touchscreen here, it bounces back a little, which is cool. That's called haptic feedback. Yeah, exactly. But it's not multi-touch. And it's not quite as beautifully responsive as the iPhone screen. Also, the web browser on here sucks. It's this browser called, let's see if I can even get it up. It's been really buggy. Oh yeah. It's this browser called the Obigo browser, which is basically a cell phone browser rather than the iPhone has a real PC browser.
Can I load Opera on that?
No, unfortunately, you could if Opera had a version, and maybe they will, but because this phone doesn't have the standard 2 bottom soft keys that most phones do, Opera doesn't work. But it's not Sprint's fault. It's just that Opera hasn't written a version yet. Now, it's got visual voicemail like the iPhone. It's got email like the iPhone. There's my spam account. The email is pretty basic, though. Unlike the iPhone, it's not HTML mail. But notice I'm moving through things by flicking, just like on the iPhone.
I feel like there should be a little music playing in the background while you do that.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, you end up with something which is almost an iPhone, but not quite. It's like Samsung put in a lot of features that they know people want, but they couldn't quite get the magic usability recipe that Apple has. All the same, though, if you don't want to leave Sprint and go to AT&T, this is absolutely your best bet.
So when's it available and how much?
This will be available on June 20th for $199 with contract, so same price as a new iPhone.